Another week, another day in Westeros. That's right, House of the Dragon Season 2 continues with Episode 2 that just aired. And there's a spoiler warning for House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 2. If you haven't seen it by now, I am going to talk about it. As always, not going to be a play-by-play, just going to talk about some things that caught my eye. Yeah, these videos aren't those fuck you Star Wars views, but I do enjoy talking about House of the Dragon, so here we go. So Episode 1 ended off with these two dipshit assassins killing King Aegon's son. Like, little son in a crib. So King Aegon, he's pissed. Not gonna lie, I was like, dude, you're wrecking the models, man. Your dad took an entire season to build that model. That's a season that took decades. Show some respect. And this is really an episode of pendulum swinging back and forth. The masses go back and forth a couple times in this one episode. People are going, oh, maybe Rhaenyra should be leading things. And Otto Hightower is like, if I may suggest, Your Grace. Let's parade, not parade, wrong word. Let's have a funeral for the fallen prince. Rest in peace. And we will chariot, classy-like, his body through the streets so people can see. You'll thank me for this one. To be fair, he was not wrong. Then Aegon was like, right, now that that's over, let's find the dipshits who did this. They found that one dude right out the gate. He started spilling names. Well, he didn't know the name, but he started spilling careers. He was like, he did it, this other guy, Ratcatcher. He was Ratcatcher, and not in that best part of the Suicide Squad kind of way, but in that dollar store Kano kind of way. Trust me, you'll know him when you see him. Please don't torture me. Then just everyone's hanging. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people are just hanging from nooses. Loved ones are crying at their feet. Aegon was like, dude said a rat catcher did this, so I hung all the rat catchers. Pretty sure I must have gotten the one. He did. But now people are like, Aegon's a dick. Maybe Rhaenyra should be running things. I won't lie, and this is what Westeros is good at. This is what House of the Dragon's good at. This is what Game of Thrones is good at. They do a few things right. One in particular is when the wagon that's carrying the fallen prince's body, the wheel of that wagon gets stuck in a mud puddle, and they have to rock it back and forth. I was like, this body's gonna fall. Oh my god. They wouldn't, right? They wouldn't actually do that. I didn't know. It was just a state of anxiety. I was just waiting for it to happen. And it didn't. It was Inside Out 2 going on in my chest, man. Just back and forth. It was like I feel the panic attack going on. Oh my god. Rhaenyra and Daemon have their lovers quarrel. At this point, I was like, that's the most accurate marriage I've seen in Westeros yet. So word gets around like, hey, King Aegon's son was killed. They think you did it. She's like, why would they think I did it? Daemon's sitting there all like... And she's like, look, I don't trust you. In fact, I've never been able to trust you. I thought I could fix you. He fires back with my brother named you the heir to spite me. That's the reason he did it. Because he has main character syndrome. Not best character syndrome, which would be justified because that's actually what he is, but main character syndrome, as the kids say. And then it ends how every fight among parents ends, with him going, I need to go for a drive. He flies to the store on his dragon to go get a pack of smokes. Maybe he'll return, maybe he won't. Then King Aegon and Sir Criston the Prickish. He is a prick. He's always projecting, why is that cloak dirty? We have a position of honor and duty.
Sir, is it not you who clappeth the Queen Mother's cheeks?
You heard that, did ya? How about that weather? It's just, sure is damp. Think it's gonna rain? Wash it when you can, just whenever, when you got time. Finish your meal. Here's another spoonful. It's all good. Seconds, baby. You earned it. You've earned it. The plot is, since they have a twin on each side, a twin with the king, King Aegon and his crew, and there is his twin with Rhaenyra, they're going to have this twin infiltrate, pose as the other guy, and then just get close to Rhaenyra and kill her. That's the thing I like about this. Both are true. Otto Hightower's like, that's very hasty. You should have come to us with this plan. On the other hand, in the world of Westeros, not the worst plan. Point is that that girl that was going to leave ends up spotting him, and she's like, I know that's not him. And they don't show it. They don't show her actually go to the guy whose twin is now there to kill Rhaenyra and go, hey, I think your twin's here to kill her. He just bust into the room all, Brother Holtz! Could have been like the Cyclops and Krull when he realized the old guy's dead and that's not the old guy. And there's this race against time. That sound scared the shit out of me as a child. If you've seen Krull, you get it. Otherwise, you're like, what's wrong with him? This is what YouTube does to folks after this long, huh? Good to know. The bummer is right when the brother walked in the room and it was brother against brother, you know what's gonna happen. You don't know how it's gonna go down, but you do know whoever wins, both of them lose. There's no winner now. And during the entire fight, it gets lost. I'm like, I don't know who's who. I don't even know who I'm supposed to root for at this point. I'm just watching a fight. It was a good moment. You know, you don't know who's going to prevail. And even when one kills the other one, you're like, who's left standing? And the guy just falls on his own sword and kills himself. Even now, I can logically deduce, okay, the one who was on Rhaenyra's side won. And then he just couldn't deal with the fact that he killed his brother and he killed himself. 90% sure. Even that 90% is just, well, it's because he didn't kill Rhaenyra. But you could argue it could have been the other guy. And he was just like, what's the point? It doesn't matter. Let them fight their fight. I just killed my brother, and just falls on his sword. Could have been either one killed either one. And that's the point. That's what I like, is that it takes that element of caring about that out of it. They didn't win, both of them lost, and there's no other way that that was going to go down, regardless of who killed who. And at the very end of the episode, I liked that moment where it showed King Aegon crying. Because I saw a comment on last week's episode I did on season 2, episode 1, where someone said they could have just made King Aegon another Joffrey, but they didn't. But it was a humanizing moment for someone who is otherwise an asshole most of the time. And when he takes the title of Hand away from Otto Hightower and gives it to Sir Criston the Prickish. Totally forgot to touch on that. Don't want to do a flyby. Yeah, he tells Otto Hightower, you know what? He had a pretty good plan. You didn't. Though Otto Hightower's suggestion of having the slain prince's body on a chariot brought through the street so people could see that and be like, yeah, Rhaenyra is a dick. I thought it was a good plan. He did have good suggestions, but is he a pal? Nah, he wants Sir Criston the Prickish. Because, you know, they can play Xbox together. A moment of silence for Sir Criston the Fallen. He's not dead yet, but he definitely will be. One day when King Aegon's like, hey, Hand, come here. I got a job for you. I strongly suspect at night those sounds I'm hearing, someone's smashing my mom. Get to work on it. Find out who that is, and you let me know. Yeah. No mercy, man. I'm telling you, when I find out who it is, when you tell me, I'll fucking kill him. All right, go. You got work to do. We're gonna get him, buddy. You and me. Yeah, someone's gonna die tonight. So I'm saying, clock's ticking, man. Have fun while you can, which is probably why he, at the end of this episode, is like, I'm gonna have fun while I can. I gotta say, this show's one of those shows where the episodes over an hour long. This episode, I believe, is like 70 minutes long. Never feels that long. And at a point, you start looking at the clock like, oh, wait, oh, no. Oh, I could feel it, too. The episode's wrapping up. So give me more. I want one more moment. You never want it to end. That's what I run into. I love me a good binge, but as satisfaction is the death of desire, I do appreciate a show that gets me to invest in the world for that episode and leaves me wanting to watch the next episode for an entire week after the current episode ends. Which for House of the Dragon, now that they're done with that prologue phase, that was the first half of season 1, they're no longer jumping years in between episodes. The next episode truly is the consequences of the previous episode. I'm digging that. All right, so House of the Dragon season 2, episode 2. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.